杜甫望岳。嗨，大家好，欢迎来到 James 的双语频道。这个频道主要是提供一个学习经典与英文的平台。说到经典，唐诗是中国文学的经典，而杜甫的诗又是唐诗的经典，所以我想我们从杜甫的诗开始吧。On the Prospect of Multi by 杜甫。Hello everybody, welcome to James Bilingual Channel. This channel is meant to provide a platform for learning the classics and English. Speaking of the classic, tame poetry is the essence of Chinese literature, and Du Fu's poetry is the classics of tame poetry. So let's start with the poetry of 杜甫。望岳，中国有五岳，东岳泰山，西岳华山，南岳衡山，北岳衡山，中岳嵩山。题目中的岳指的是东岳泰山。自古以来，中国人便十分敬仰崇敬泰山。此诗作于开元24年，25岁的杜甫进京应试落地，于是开始壮游，周游四方。这是他旅途中所见的景象。这是一首五言古诗，对仗工整，一韵到底，且隔行押韵。On the prospect of Multi, there are 5 great peaks in China: Multi in the east, Mount Hua in the west, Mount Hen in the south, and another Mount Hen in the north, and Mount Song in the middle. The yue of this title is Multi, which was from earliest centuries held in the highest esteem by the Chinese. This poem was written in 736, after the 25-year-old poet failed the civil service examination in Cheng'an. He then set out on a grand tour embracing the 4 corners of the world, and this is his view of Multi on his journey. It is of 5-word old style, observing strict verbal parallelism. The rhyme is the same throughout and is found in alternate lines. 岱宗夫如何？其鲁亲未了。岱宗是主管阴间的东岳大帝，也是泰山的别名。夫如何是指泰山的壮丽是笔墨难以形容的。齐鲁是分别在泰山北与南的诸侯国古名，合起来相当于是今天的山东省。诗人以破题法点出本诗的主题与泰山的地理位置。How does one to describe this king of mountains? Throughout the whole of Qi and Lu, one never loses sight of his greatness. 岱宗 is a god of Multi, a judge over the dead, and is another name for Multi. How does one to describe means that the brave and glorious Multi defies all attempts at description. Qi and Lu were the ancient names of 2 principalities lying respectively north and south of Multi. Their combined area corresponded roughly to the present-day Shandong province. The poet used the organization principle of in media res to introduce the subject matter and its geography. 造化钟神秀，阴阳割昏晓。造化是中国人的造物主，钟神秀是指泰山是造物主的杰作与无上的荣耀。在中国的创造论中，无生有，有生阴阳两极，阴阳生万物。阴阳原意黑暗与光明，如果用来指山路的话，阴指山北，阳指山南。In it, the Creator has concentrated all that is numerous and beautiful. Its northern and southern slopes divide the dawn from the dark. 造化 is a Chinese creator. Concentration of all that is numerous and beautiful means Multi is the creator's masterpiece and crowning glory. In the Chinese creation myth, being comes from nothing, and it generates the 2 primal principles of yin and yang, which in turn give rise to all things. The basic sense of yin and yang is dark and light. If you use them of mountain sides, yin refers to the north side, while yang refers to the south side. 荡胸生层云，决眦入归鸟。荡胸指因爬山而气喘吁吁，决眦指放眼望去，美景尽收眼底。在这里，杜甫采用倒装句法，将主词受词对调，以达到令人耳目一新的效果。然而，倒装句在中文诗中极其罕见，因为中文没有字尾变化，必须依赖字序来决定文法关系。在这里，杜甫强调荡胸与决眦两个受词，使爬山之乐入木三分，跃然纸上。The later clouds begin at the climber's heaving chest, and hummingbirds fly suddenly within range of his straining eyes. Heaving chest implies panting for breath because of the exertion of mountain climbing, and straining eyes means taking in all the beautiful things at one glance. Du Fu took the poetic license of inversion to achieve a bizarre and novel effect by reversing the word order of subject and object. However, inversion is extremely rare in Chinese verse because the language has no grammatical inflections and has to depend on word order to determine grammatical relationships. Here, Du Fu emphasized heaving chest and straining eyes to make the joy of mountain climbing drive its full force and express the emotional outburst on the page. 会当凌绝顶，一览众山小。这偶句并不是说泰山是最高的山，而是它有最重要的文化意涵。在日常用语中，我们经常使用泰山来比喻最重要的事物，例如有眼不识泰山，死有重于泰山，轻于鸿毛。也可以解释为诗人想在人生境界或成就上更上一层楼。诗人以绝顶来比喻人生的巅峰，我们看见诗人年轻时的踌躇满志。One day, I must stand on top of the highest peak, and at a single glance see all the other mountains grown tiny beneath me. It does not mean that Mount Tai is the highest mountain, but that it is possessed of the most important cultural significance. In our daily language, we often use Mount Tai to be an emblem of the most important thing. For example, you entertain an angel unawares. Literally, you have eyes but do not recognize Mount Tai. And death can be as heavy and important as Mount Tai, but it can also be as unmourned and unmarked as a feather. It may be construed as the poet's aspiration to take things to another level in his vision and accomplishments. The highest peak is a symbol of the summit of life, and we see the ambitions of the poet as a young man. 结语，杜甫留下许多传唱千古的佳句，我们也透过这些不朽的诗句，认识壮丽的河山，也大大丰富了我们的语汇。杜甫是实至名归的诗圣。好了，今天的视频就到这里，我们下一集将会继续阅读杜甫的诗。如果你喜欢我的节目，请按赞、分享、订阅，并开启小铃铛。我们下次见了。Conclusion. 杜甫 leaves behind a wealth of excellent lines that will be celebrated for eternity. Through these immortal lines, we may come to know the brave and glorious landscape, and our language is enriched to the great extent. Du Fu does live up to his reputation as a godlike poet. Alright, so much for today's video. Next time we'll continue to read Du Fu's poetry. If you like my program, please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and start up the bell. See you next time.